And once again, hello YouTube, and welcome back to Watches and Wonders. This is myself again behind the camera, Tom. If you'd like to find out a little bit more about the channel or would like to give us a follow on Instagram, we are at Watches and Wonders, along with TikTok at Watches and Wonders. And as soon as I am allowed to, and YouTube has verified who I am, there will be links to this watch and all the other watches you see on my channel in the descriptions. So, once again, welcome back, and today we are looking at the Tandorio XKX Day and Date Homage. So, in front of us we have the Tandorio. It is using a Seiko movement once again. You will notice most of my reviews, most of the watches are using Seiko movements. They are tested and tried, and they perform like tanks. So in this watch, it is using the NH36A Day and Date movement by Seiko. It is a 21 joule, 41 hour power reserve, 6 ticks per second at a 3.8 hertz. Now, these watches and these movements are fantastic. Once again, I do have a few moans and niggles about this watch, which I believe they could have improved on. And at the end, we do have a surprise for the Lume, which none of my other watches so far on this channel have had. So I am very, very, very excited to show you exactly what the Lume is like on this watch. Please don't get it mistaken, this isn't anything that is going to be like, oh my god, no other watch has ever done this before. Tandorio, you are fantastic. But it is something I do like to see on a lot of same old modern watches like this Tandorio. So, I have struggled finding the actual model number to this watch. When I am looking on the Tandorio official website on AliExpress, it does come up very cheaply just stating SKX homage. So this is, as you can see, a homage to the Seiko SKX, which is discontinued unfortunately. I believe it is the SKX 007. I could be wrong there. If I am, please do tell me in the comments. Apologies for the backing noise. My dog is going a little bit crazy. He seems to follow me around and enjoys it sitting next to me when I do my videos. Anyway, enough of my doggo, back to the watch. So we have here the Tandorio. It is made from top to bottom, including the bracelet of 316L stainless steel. It is, all in all, it's a beautiful watch. Absolutely stunning. As you can see, the way that light bounces off of that bezel, which is it's a bit of a weird one. It's not picking up properly, but it's sort of like a creamy yellow dial for this Tandorio. Beautiful dial. Beautiful bezel. Once again, though, we've got a drunken watch. It doesn't want to stand up. So, we've gone over the movement. It is using the Seiko NH36A. Now to the dial. Now, this is where my first moans and niggles have to come in. I'm not sure if you can pick it up on this video, but this is something that really, really annoys me. And probably shouldn't annoy me as much as it does for the price paid on this watch, which I will go into soon. But I'm not sure if you can pick it up on video. It's done a stereo. Now, maybe it is a homage. Obviously, with it being a homage to Seiko, maybe they really are trying, but as you can see there, the bezel does not line up with the dial, doesn't line up with the chapter ring or anything. Now, to me, that is one of my main annoyances, my little pet peeves, something like that. Seiko, you are famous for not lining up your bezels, so maybe this really is a homage to exactly how Seiko do things. But things like this can be fixed. It is something I'm considering doing, taking the back of this watch off, taking the bezel of this watch off, realigning everything, maybe even putting a ceramic bezel into this watch. with full lume. That's what I've been looking into. Just not sure on what colour, so any suggestions, please put them down at the bottom of the video. I will take them very, very, very strongly. So, whilst looking at this dial, you can see it is very, very reminiscent of the SKX, which was a watch they discontinued now, I'd say around 10 years ago, and they replaced it with what the watch world likes to state is the Seiko 5KX. I have one, I'm a big fan of that watch. Once again, built just like tanks. There will be a review coming up on that watch because I have, we'll just say, a special one. I won't tell you which one it is yet. If you've seen any of my videos, you may have actually seen it in one of them. If you follow me on any of my social medias, you definitely will have seen that watch. It's something I've had in my possession now for a few years and I love. It's probably my most used watch. So, what's the dimensions for this watch? We have a case size without the crown of 41mm. We have a case thickness of, now this is a thick boy, 14.1mm thick is what I'm measuring in that. And we have a lug to lug, which is very, very compact, I will state. It is quite a big watch, but it's got a lug to lug of 45.5mm. So this will fit and conform to smaller wrists. It really will, which I'm very happy about because, as I like to mention, I have a very, very, very small wrist. Right. Now, on to another little moan and niggle about this watch. Now, I've got a few about this watch. Besides it not lining up, I'm not sure if you can pick up here, but the crown doesn't actually screw fully into the case. This is meant to be a diver's watch, 200 meters, 20 bar. I won't even trust this watch to go into the shower. I'm sorry, Tandorio, it's a beautiful watch and it's beautifully well made. But come on, you can't put 200 meters down on a dial when you can't even screw the crown in properly. So that is something else I believe I will be looking into, and hopefully at some point we'll be able to sort out. The crown itself, once again, is actually really stiff to open, and when it does open, it's got a bit of wobble to it, which really does make you worry when it comes to just how well this is actually going to be put together. And I understand it is quite a cheap watch. I believe I paid around £45 for this one, excluding tax and delivery and everything like that. We've got the movement going. Now I will say that beautiful, oh, it's even quite stiff putting back in. Are you going to go in? So I've noticed this watch does want to jump off its threading when screwing the watch case back in, or screwing the watch crown, should I say, back in. Another problem, but it's a £45 watch. Once again, as you can see there, that has not screwed in fully. There is a gap right here that you can see my finger running down. But it is what it is. For the money I've paid, it is what it is. Now, I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear this, but it does have a very well functioning and very smooth, I will say, 120 click bezel, which is really nice if you were trying to save time, anything really. 120 clicks, absolutely beautiful, especially for these divers. When you understand how to use a dive watch, it's a fantastic little piece, a fantastic thing to have so you can time your dives. So, movement is relatively smooth. So far, from when I have worn it, it has kept time. I think it's out by a minute every 3 or 4 days. So we're running around 20 seconds fast per day. Which, no, it's not brilliant. But at the same time, I enjoy winding my watches. I enjoy fixing my watches and reviewing my watches. So to me, something like that is just a challenge. That just means that I'm going to have to break this watch apart, I'm going to have to take everything apart, and I'm going to have to fix it. Which to me is very exciting. Now, I'm not sure if you just caught what my surprise lume was going to be then, as I spun that watch around, as it hit a darker section. But now we're going to go have a look at the bracelet. So, we do have split pins. Not a fantastic way of doing it, but they are relatively secure. I've not had any problems with this bracelet. It is actually one of my comfiest bracelets. Full solid links. It's got a nice bit of wiggle to it. As you can see there, it conforms to all of this. It's got an unbelievable bracelet on it. It's actually one of the highest quality Jubilee bracelets I've ever actually had in my hands. There's some weight to it. It don't jingle that much or anything like that. And when I got this watch out and I saw the bracelet, I was like, yes, fantastic bracelet. And then Tandorio, you have to go and ruin it with a stamped clasp. Come on, guys, that's cheap. That is cheap, and I understand it's a cheap watch, but I have watches around the same price, the one on my wrist currently, which has come with a milled clasp. But we can't have everything. We really can't. That beautiful blue though on that second hand, almost in my eyes makes up for stuff. It really, really does. Maybe that's just me, but big fan of blue. Now we do have a beautiful piece of sapphire covering the dial of the watch with some light AR coating on it in sort of like a bluish colour. Almost matches that seconds hand. Really, really does. And it's, once again, I'm a big fan of blue AR. I really do like it. Really do. As I touched on earlier, this is supposed to be a 200 metre diver's watch. It's not. It's really not. It's a good watch, but it won't probably ever see water, especially whilst I own it, unless I can fix it fully. This thing will never see water. But I'm going to quickly give it a power up and give you guys a lume shot. So give me a second and I shall be back. And that's me back. And are you guys ready to see this lume? Because the lume on this watch is a saving factor in my opinion. That is a fully lumed dial. And it's a smooth, fully lumed dial. It's not like you can't see any places they've missed. It's strong. Now, it doesn't specify what lume that they are using. It looks to be a cheap C3 lume. The lume doesn't stay for long. It does, you can see it all night, but it's not a powerful lume. But you will get a good few hours out of it. It's not by anywhere close to Seiko standards of lume. But it is good. It really is. Now, this is a watch that I will be fixing up. I will be straightening everything and getting everything back in line. And if you'd like to give us a follow on my social medias, when I do hit 100 subscribers, this watch will be going out to one lucky subscriber. When that does happen, you will get a message from me via Instagram. Please don't believe any of these other fake messages going around. I know a lot of other content creators are having a lot of problems with fake accounts claiming to be them. I'm only small, so luckily I don't have that problem yet. But yeah, if this goes the way I'd like it to, then maybe one day I may have that problem. So please do be careful. And when using the AliExpress, please be careful with some of the links. Check reviews. You don't want people, I know people personally that have bought a watch off of AliExpress and they'd found the watch they were after and they found it at a fantastic price, and when they paid for it, they actually sent a fake, that's the best way of putting it, they sent a fake watch of a homage watch. Now, that's just baffling to me. I find that hilarious. but it shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't. But right, thank you guys. Before I start waffling on about random rubbish, and my voice is starting to drone, I don't want to bore you all. Thank you once again. Have a wonderful day. And this was Tom with Watches and Wonders, and I will see you later. Goodbye.